I hope that you hear me well. Welcome to the second day of the Odoo experience. We are again extremely happy to see you. We know that we still have a lot of things to introduce to you today. First, we're going to start with the QR code that you're going to use. If you have any question, you can scan it. And if you cannot scan it, then you can use the link that is just there. I give you a couple of minutes to write it down. That way you have the time to ask all the questions you have. Okay. So today I'm here with Bastien Forster. We're going to share a bit the Odoo partner strategy that we have for the coming months, I would say. First of all, I would like to really thank our partners for the amazing job that they do. Since the very beginning of the history of Odoo, obviously the success has been clearly linked to the partners in general. And as Bill Gates said, our success has been based on partnerships since the very beginning. I think that it's the case for most of the software editor. So a big thank you for that. And we are really, really happy to keep this collaboration on the long term. Now, we'll share a bit what's going on in 2022. And I will give the words to Bastien for that part.
Thank you, Seb. Welcome everyone. Well, the year is not over, but I think we can already tell that 2022 will be an amazing year for Odoo. But more than that, it will be also an amazing year for Odoo partners. So today I'm going to share some numbers with you of what happened so far in 2022. Well, first of all, we recruited 1,300 new partners worldwide. That's a massive achievement and a lot of new partners joining the network. This brings the total to 4,200 partners that we have in 173 countries worldwide. All those partners brought a total of 10,000 new customers to Odoo, so that's also a massive achievement. Congrats to all the partners being present today. And this represents more than 18 million that we already paid to partners in commissions. And last but not least, to help and onboard and make this partner grow, we recruited more than 75 partner managers that are helping and training the partners on a daily basis. If we look on a bigger picture, today we have a split between the indirect and the direct customers. And as you can see, the indirect side is still a little bit bigger in terms of number of new contracts sold. But most importantly, if we look at the value of those contracts, the typical contract sold by a partner is bigger than a contract that we sell with direct sales. So it means that the general revenue done by Odoo, we are actually more on 60-40% on the split between indirect and direct. All right, now let's have a look at a little bit of the different partners that we have. All those partners are separated per level. So as you know, we have a huge base of learning partners. This is really good for us. Those partners are being trained, are learning on a very low cost. And we today have a base of 1,988 learning partners, which is very good for us because those are opportunities also to bring them one day to the next level, which is the official partnership. And to the official partnership, we today have 3 grades, 3 levels, ready, silver, and gold. You can see the separation that we have here. And we have a little bit a weird situation here where we have more gold partners than silver partners. Well, first of all, it means that we have a lot of amazing partners that are crashing all the KPIs and all the objectives that we give them. But this is not exactly the objective that we want. We don't want to have more gold partners than silver partners. We believe that being a gold partner should remain the highest achievement that you can achieve at Odoo. And so we're going to still have to be more and more challenging with the level that we ask to gold partners. We have to update that frequently as the brand of Odoo evolves, as the product evolves. It also means that we will have to update the KPIs and the requirements for each levels. That brings me to my next point. What's going to happen next year for the partner? And first of all, we're going to discuss the partners KPI that we have for each level. As most of you probably know, we today have 3 KPIs to evaluate our partners among those 3 levels, ready, silver, and gold. The first one is the new Odoo Enterprise user sold over the last 12 months. The second one is the certified internal resource that you have in your company. And the third one is the retention rate. Well, today we wanted to announce with Sebastian that we're going to update the first one and the third one. Let's see in details how we're going to change that. The first one with the new Odoo Enterprise users sold over the last 12 months. we would like these KPIs to be a fair representation of the reality. And today what we see is that we have a lot of partners that are being very good at selling contracts, but they're not so good at implementing that contract behind. And so what we would like to do is to say that if a partner sold a contract but then was not capable in successfully implementing the project, well, we will deduct the users that were assigned to that partner firstly, and we will reassign those users to the partner saving the project. We believe that this is more fair and this will be a better representation of the ecosystem. The second KPIs that we will update is the retention rate, where we believe that the KPIs that we had today was not, again, fair. And we decided to update it, and now we really like that metrics. It's really simple, really easy to understand for you, but also for your clients. And today what we're going to do is that we're going to take a screenshot of today. How many customers do you have, did you sold, sorry, in the last 3 years? And among those customers, how many of those customers are still being active? Okay, so it's going to be a moving window of the last 3 years. The rate will not change. So to be silver, you will need a minimum of 70% of retention, and to be gold, it will be a minimum of 80%.
And just to add on that, it's really important for us to change that, because today the recognition on the market is sometimes not really aligned with what we have. So this is the reason why we change it, and because thanks to that, we believe also that the variation between the different partners will be also way better represented. So that's something that is really key for us and that we'll keep on pushing. Okay, so you've seen that the pricing now is launched. I would like to take this time also to go through it again, because I believe that it's also the right moment, if you have any question, to address those different questions. As you have seen, I mean, nothing new. The reason why we changed the pricing has been quite well explained by Fabien. Today, the goal is really to provide the best value for our customers, right? We explained that today what we face is simply a high price for small customers and actually a low price for the big ones. What we see as well is that basically the usage of the solution is not always the best, meaning that basically a lot of customers are already using Odoo, but they're not using the productivity apps, for instance, like the sign apps or the appointment apps. And that's what we want to do. We want basically our customers to benefit from the best of the solution. And it means simply that sometimes they will be able also to remove a couple of solutions that they are already using and replace them by actually the application of Odoo that are now free of charge. On top of that, we also want to increase the value that the customer will get in general, thanks to the applications that they will get. Again, it's 82 application extra, and that's a massive thing. The optimum pricing is actually the curve that we are now following. And again, it's a matter of lowering the barrier, the entrance barrier, and keep the usage high, and that's really key. Again, the logic is to perceive a fair value. The value, again, 20 euros per user, I believe, is really a no-brainer. Today, if you have a company and you want to digitalize this company, you want to have the lowest price as possible. And thanks to the new pricing now, you'll be able to centralize all the needs in one and single solution. And the last but not least reason why we also decided to change the structure of our pricing is because it was actually quite complex. We had really to spend a lot of time explaining the reason why they had to pay users plus application. It wasn't clear, and a lot of our customers were actually waiting to have a contact with a salesperson at Odoo to understand exactly how much it will cost them. Today it's clear, it's simple, only 3 plans. It's either free, either standard, or either custom. And we believe that it will be a game changer in the future as well for the different customers. Just as a reminder, we will be on this logic with also the same initial user logic, because simply you will be able to start with all your user at the 20 euros, and after a year then the price will go up to 24.9 for the standard price. And I believe that this new pricing will bring also a lot of opportunities. We see that already today, because the reason why we change pricing is also all the feedback, because of the feedbacks that we receive from our customers. A lot of them were frustrated because they were not able to add extra modules. It was then too costly. And for the rest simply of our partners, it will be also a chance to basically have a larger scope in the implementation. And this scope will be really important as well to grow in the company.
Yeah, we believe that the new pricing will bring, of course, new opportunities for partners. Well, on top of increasing the commissions, increase on price will, of course, mean increasing of commissions we pay to the partners. But we also believe it's time for some partners to rethink a little bit the way they work and the service they are offering to their clients. Today, typically, an Odoo partner is focusing on those apps. Those apps are the classical ERP and CRM apps, such as accounting, manufacturing, inventory, and projects, the apps that we all know very well. But with Odoo 16, as you know, all the apps will be free. And we will even have for all the customers some apps that are already installed in the database when they start their trial. So we believe that today it's time for the partners to expand the scope of services they are offering and to also include some apps like the productivity app and to bring that digital transformation to company and to improve the user experience through these apps. I'm also thinking of all the HR apps. Every company needs a leave management system. Every company needs an expense system. Well, we have apps for that. And today I think the possibilities will be endless on all these apps because they are free, because they are also automatically installed in the database. One thing that we've been working on very hard over the last few years and that we're going to keep on improving are the services we are offering to our partners. I believe it's our responsibility as editor to train our partners and help them to provide better service to their clients. Well, today we actually decided to divide the services we are offering to partners in two categories. And I would like to explain to some of you that are maybe not really familiar with those services, the different service you can expect from Odoo. The first part of the services we are offering are training. What we would like to change is that now we would like to offer for every profile in your company, for all level of experience you have, there will be a specific training for your employees. Whether it's a brand new employees that we need to train on the basic functionality and the basic implementation methodology, for that we have the project leader onboarding. Well, you might also have experienced a project leader in your company that is more advanced training. For that, we have developed a brand new smart classes that will be available right after the Odoo experience. Those smart classes will be really focused on the project leaders for our partners that have some experience already in implementing Odoo, but that would like to go one step further. They will be given by Odoo expert, and they will be divided in the main apps that we have. So we'll have smart classes for accounting, for manufacturing. We also have something more specific to pre-sales. In total, we're going to have 9 smart classes that can be that we can give to partners. Lastly, we still have the technical training for your technical resource. We can still train them on the best practices around development on Odoo. The second part of the services that we would like to provide are around projects. What we believe is that at Odoo, we have developed some expertise in the best practices when it comes to implementing our solution. And what we would like to do is to help you on your most difficult projects. The first part of the first type of services we can offer is what we decide to call the dedicated mission. The idea is quite simple. We say that at Odoo we have different profiles. Any of the profiles that we have at Odoo, they can join your team on one concrete project. Whether it's someone for a pre-sales to do an ROI analysis together, whether it's someone to lead the project with a project director profile, whether it's an expert in one specific business area, well, we have those resources and we want to make them available for you to help you on your projects. The second one that we have, that's also a brand new, is the designer on demand. As you know, yesterday, the amazing keynote of Fabian, we massively improved the website. And we would like to help our partners to have more projects on website and e-commerce. And for that reason, if you don't have the resource, or if you would like us to train your resource, we can help you and put some Odoo designer that will help you to build the website for your clients. The third one is the developer on demand. Same, it's an outsourcing services that we are offering from an office in India. And the last one is Q&A. It's more like if you have a punctual questions, well, of course, we are still there for you. And the good news today, it's a huge milestone. We've already, with the training aspect, we've already trained 2,000 employees of our partners. And so those are employees that have the right mindset, that have the right knowledge to help their customer. And that's a massive achievement. So to summarize around the services for partner, what we want to offer is an efficient onboarding for your new resource that will be the project leader onboarding. We want to offer advanced smart classes to train your experts, and we would like to collaborate more with you on your more complex projects.
Yeah, and so it brings us to the last topic, which is actually the mid-market and corporate. If you followed my talk yesterday, you also have seen that we believe that the commoditization of the ERP tools, business tools, is actually coming in the coming years, which means also that actually we'll have more and more this competition between the different actors on the market. What we see today is that there's a rising possibilities, or at least demand, on the mid-market for Odoo. Because of that, we also want our partners to be able to handle those different projects. And that's why we started this collaboration that Bastien mentioned with a couple of partners. Now, the message is the following. We don't want all our partners to go on the mid-market and corporate, let's say, market. The idea is more to have some of them that are actually willing and that are mature, that can go there. Because what we see today is that the average project that we do directly with the MMC team are project with, let's say, 125 users on average. And the average costs around like 350K. While the average project that we have today with Gold Partners is actually around 23 users and an average budget of 47K. This is obviously an average. So obviously, if you take all the Gold Partners, we have Gold Partners that are really specialized in the SME market, which is perfectly fine, and others that are on way bigger projects. So that's why the average is probably that low. But at the end of the day, that's basically what we are looking for. We want also to be able to help you guys if you are looking to go bottom up and to be able to answer to those specific customers. So that's actually the last point that we want to add. It's simply that we need you. We need you in the growth of Odoo. We're growing by 60%, but whatever happens, we need to be able to actually have enough partners to answer to all the leads that we have. Because the reality today is that we still are sometimes not able to answer to a couple of projects simply because we don't have the right partners in a specific country, in a specific industry. And so we need you to really help us on that, help us in the growth. And I think that there's a lot of work that we can do, especially with all the discussion I had with a couple of you. So I think that it's really a massive achievement already that we've done, but we still have a lot of work to do, and that's actually a quite positive aspect. So thank you for your time. I think that now we'll take your questions. The idea was really to leave a bit of time for the questions, so go ahead if you have any.
Thank you very much, Sebastian and Bastien, for this talk. Now we're going to start with some questions on the pad. Okay, so first one, on partners level, will the KPI on users to sold be adapted?
I didn't get the question.
Me either, sorry.
Yeah, will the KPI on users sold be adapted?
Well, as we said, we keep the same. For now, we'll keep the same threshold. So it will be 75 users to be silver and 200 to be gold. What we will change right now is the way we compute those users. And as we said, if you lose a project to another partner, or if you look on a more positive side, if you're saving a project from another partner, you will be rewarded with the users from the project. But for now, the threshold remains the same.
Okay. Could you share some data on account manager responsibilities? How do you train them? The escalation process, if there is any problem with an account manager?
Yeah. So the account manager are really your central point of contact at Odoo. They're there to help you on a commercial point of view, to get new clients, to get the proper training, to go maybe to bigger deal, or it's simply if you have questions about your strategy. I think that today our partner manager, our account manager, they have a very good vision on what is the market and what is the market looking for. So the right point of contact to go to if you have any questions about your business development or about your market positioning.
And one thing maybe about the training of the account managers, it's something that really takes seriously, and we believe that the account managers have also to be really into the product and to be knowledgeable. That's why also we started actually a couple of, I think it's a year ago or something like that, a year ago, to onboard them straight when they start on the product and to really train them specifically on selling project and really to be ready when they take over the account management role to make sure that they are really an asset for you guys. Because I believe that today you should be able to call your account manager if you want to have support, if you want to have a specific demo or whatever. They are basically your sales force as well when it's needed.
Okay. About the initial discount it used to be for forever. Is there any changement there?
Yes, so basically that's exactly what we explained. So the initial user discount now is only available for a year. So basically if you have 100 users, you want to put the 100 users the first day, you will have the first price, which is actually the 19.9 euros. If you add user after that, then obviously it will be the second price, which is actually 24.9. And after a year, automatically all the user will be at 24.9.
Okay. What about Odoo SH? Is there a new pricing for it?
No, there's no change on Odoo SH. Odoo SH stays the same, and we don't plan to change that.
One thing maybe, because I see another question around that, is the pricing of Odoo SH, it still come on addition to the users that you have to pay. So as soon as you will have a customer this on Odoo SH, he needs to be on the custom pricing, but you will have to pay for the users and then for Odoo SH as well.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens if we take over a project and try to save it, but it failed? Will it impact the retention rate?
Yes, so that's exactly the point of the retention rate, is to see, okay, over the last 3 years, how many new projects did you had, and if you lose any, that will negatively impact the retention rate, yes.
Even if you take over and that it's a fail. Yeah.
Okay. What about multi-year discounts?
So basically, the way it's going to work, if you have, if you're willing to start with a multi-year contract, you will keep the 19.9 euro for the whole period. If you put all the user at the very beginning, so we are not going to provide any other discount. It's actually a quite nice discount because you get 25% discount straight, but you have to put all the user at once and straight for the full period.
Okay. About investment for partners, any protection for their investment from the account manager's mode, any neutral entity to litigate between them?
I didn't get the question.
So, what can be done in case any problem arises between the account manager and the partner? Is there any neutral entity that can?
Yeah, I mean, the goal, whenever you have that kind of situation, you can always escalate to the manager of the team or to myself if necessary, if it's between different offices. We are here to really mitigate and make sure that everything goes well between partners and account managers.
Okay. Any difference among the different countries? The pricing is going to be the same for all countries, or?
So we keep the same logic. We had price lists before, where basically the prices adapt, taking into consideration the GDP. We still have exactly the same approach. So it will be cheaper in Africa, for instance, and in LATAM, and it will be a bit different depending on the countries.
Okay. Is the training pack included in the partnership?
No, so the training comes in a bit two parts. There are some parts that are self-learning, I would say. Those are accessible for free for all the partners that we have. But those are mainly videos that you will have to go through. And then on top of that, we offer training with a dedicated coach, and that's an extra services that is a paid services.
Okay. Designers on demand, are they outsourced?
It depends. So we have some services that will be delivered from your local office, I will say, and some others, like the developer on demand, that will be delivered from India. But most of them are delivered from your local office.
I see a question. Actually, the first one, you had the all-you-can-eat pricing before. It is the same, but more expensive, right? Hard not to see it as a plain price increase any thought. Basically, what you have to see is that it's true. We had that kind of pricing, I think it was 7 years ago, and the price was 35 euros. So think about the inflation. Actually, if you are on the custom pricing, it's actually 29.9, and worst case, you go on the second year, I would say, which is actually 37.4. So if you believe that this is a price increase after 7 years, I don't think so. I think that the product is also way more mature, and it's a different scale.
Okay. What about 5 years contracts and new users in this time? What's going to happen with the already running 5 years contracts?
So the 5 years contract today, they will be protected by the 7% that is actually in the contract. So basically the price, we will change the template. So it means that what they're going to see is simply one line, which is actually the users, and an adjustment line with the correction to make sure that they keep paying the same price, and at the renewal, they will have an extra 7%.
Okay. Do you have to be on version 16 to benefit from the pricing model per user, or can we already have it in the version 15?
No, it can be already for the version 15, yes.
Okay. Do you think that 2 certificated consultants is enough for a gold partner?
No.
So it's 3 actually at the
3,
moment. You need 3 certified resources at the moment to be gold, and it's indeed something that we are currently thinking of adapting as well in the near future.
Basically, if you look at the way partners are structured today, you have gold, silver, ready, and learning. Indeed, it's not normal to have more gold partners than silver. And I believe that indeed we have to take into consideration the size of the company and the amount of certification that we have. But that's something that we're going to analyze for the future.
Okay. How can a partner book smart classes? Are they free for them?
So they're not free, they're part of the extra services that come at a cost. If you're interested in those classes, reach out to your partner manager and they will be able to help you with that.
We'll take the last question because after we have to give the words to Antoine.
Okay, so if we add new users in an existing contract, how will it be managed?
So as I explained for the 5 years contract, you will have the price that will be locked with a 7% raise, and for the rest it stays the same.
Okay, so thank you very much for your talk. And now a small summary with some pictures from Antoine.
Antoine, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Short summary of this morning session about vision and strategy for Odoo partners. Basically, it comes down to one thing, most important message, which is thank you from Odoo. And we had Sebastian and Bastien very clear on this and explaining how the collaboration with partners is tremendous, both for Odoo and for the partners, hopefully. There were also very good news with the pricing, which will increase potentially the revenue and for both partners and Odoo. So good news on this front. All the other good news is the all sort of services that Odoo is providing to partners, mostly in the area of training, with smart classes, custom training, best practice training, all sort of training for the partners, and also supporting the projects, mostly through the dedicated mission concept, also the designer and the development and demand and Q&A. So great support for the partners, and in addition to that, the shared, the willingness, the ambition to grow and to go on the mid-market and to grow from SMEs to mid-market. So there's a push in this direction and support from Odoo to go there. And well, that's this is well good news. I would say the bad news, if we can call it this way, is that because there are so many partners now joining and so many gold partners already, so there will be an increase in the KPIs for reaching this level of gold partners. So that's basically it. So good luck and good continuation with us partners for Odoo.